Hello and welcome. This video is another book haul because, again, as I have mentioned before, I have discovered the bins. And when I say that they have been amazing to me, I mean that they have been amazing to me. So it's not just at the bins, it's also some books I found at a couple of thrift stores as well. And the very last book is a gift, a birthday gift from a friend. So I'm gonna go ahead and start showing you all what I picked up. So the first 5 books I'm going to show you are all from the DAV, which is Disabled American Veterans. It's a thrift store for disabled American veterans. So the first thing I found, which I was so excited about, is Stargard, which is by Andrea Norton. And it's just kind of a basic front. It does have somebody's name in here, but this one is from 1984. So this originally was written in 1955, and this is the first Ballantine book cover. And you can see it does have a barcode, so it is written after 1978. Thought this was cool. I also picked up a philosophy book because that's what my minor's in. And whenever I find cheap young, I'm going to pick it up, and this is also a vintage copy. So this is Modern Man in Search of a Soul. Thought this would be pretty cool. This is a Harvest book copy, also with someone's name in it, and this is from this was originally published in 1933. I think this one is from 1959, but yeah, awesome. I do have to remove all of these grease pencil marks off of here, but this one is Joel Haldeman Worlds. I've never heard of this dude, and it might focus on it, but I saw the front and thought I'd give it a chance. And this is a Avon book, and it is from, at some point in time, so this is a first edition Avon book, and this is from 1990. Next one is A Fallen Angel, which, if you guys watched my last Navin book review, pretty much most of the comments were like, you should read his collaborations with Pornell because they're better. And so, very glad that I found this. This is Fallen Angel. Also everyone told me I just need to read The Moat in God's Eye. And this is Baen Books, and this is Larry Navin, Pornell, and some other dude. Flynn. Michael Flynn. Isn't Michael Flynn isn't he a thriller writer? I thought Michael Flynn was one of those thriller writers, but it has a pretty neat cover here on the front. See how that does. And I also picked up Mercedes Lackey, because whenever I find any Mercedes Lackey, especially anything having to do with dragons, this is book 3, The Dragon Jousters. This is Sanctuary. Are you gonna focus on me? There we go. So this is book 3. I don't have book 1 or 2, so we'll hold on to that until I find those. And then the next 2 books are from Thrift Village, so I paid 50 cents a piece for this. One of these, this one in particular, I bought for nostalgia reasons, so it might focus. So this is X-Men, based on the cartoon from the 90s with the great 90s artwork. This is the Legacy Quest trilogy. This is book 1 by Steve Lyons, or Steve Lyons. I'm not quite sure how you say that. It does have some, looks like coffee spill damage on here, but I'm okay with that. This is from 2002. I'm totally okay with that. I just saw this and I was just like, okay, it's for 50 cents. This has to come home with me. Maybe I'll be able to find the other 2 books in that trilogy, and that would be cool. I also picked up this. This is Raymond Feist. This is the second book, Magician Volume 2 Master. So Magician Master Volume 2. I've never heard of Feist. Well, I have vaguely heard of Raymond Feist, but I've never read anything, and this is a Bantam fantasy book. I just thought it would be neat. It does have the front and back cover. Just a dude doing magic. Everything else I'm going to show you, except for the last book, is from the bins, which means I paid 25 cents a piece for these books. I found the 25th edition of Blade Runner with the movie cover. I know some people do not like this. I do not care. I thought it was cool because I have never seen a copy of Blade Runner at all, and to find a vintage copy of Blade Runner I think this is vintage, or maybe it's 25th edition. I have not read any Philip K. Dick. Okay, so this one is 2007, so it's not vintage. But I have not found a vintage Philip K. Dick of Blade Runner at all. So until I get that, I'm perfectly happy to have this to actually read it, because I have never read Blade Runner. I have actually also never watched Blade Runner, but I did watch the sequel. I don't know why. I'm pretty sure there was an actor in it that I like. But you can see how great my memory is, or how memorable it was. I remember liking it, but that's about it. I also picked up 2 Michael Crichton books. So I found Sphere and the Andromeda Strain. This one is the special book club edition. They're both Ballantine, but they're not amazing covers. But this one is vintage. Is it? Or it might be just because it's book club, and book club has a tendency to just not have the back. No, this is vintage, so this is 1993, and which is vintage if you didn't know. 20 years old is vintage. And this one's also 1993, so not 1960s vintage, but you know, a reprint. Perfectly happy to have those so I can read them. I've only read one book by Michael Crichton, and I wasn't really impressed by it, but that just might be me. I found a collaboration between Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman. This is Rose of the Prophet. It has some crusties there at the top that I need to try to clean off. Are you going to focus? There we go. It's got a crusty top, but it also has a magician and a blade on the back. I just like magician books a lot. It does have, again, some damage to it, which is fine, because if I'm just using this to read for myself, I'm perfectly okay with a little bit of damage, because it just has to last until I finish it. I also found a copy of War of the Worlds, which I have never read. I know, that's a tragedy. But I really liked this throwback cover. It's got initials MTV on here, which I thought was kind of funny. And let's see, this is a first edition reprint from 1980. So that's cool. This is a first edition Watermill. Very cool. I also picked up Terry Pratchett. Have I read Terry Pratchett? I don't know. I picked up this Terry Pratchett novel, again, because it's 25 cents. A Hat Full of Sky, a Tiffany Aching adventure. Is this a kid's book? Tiffany Aching. It looks like a child on the cover. I don't know. This is kind of thick to be a kid's book. But then again, Harry Potter is also considered YA, which weirds me out sometimes. Oh no, this is probably YA. It's like, look at the writing inside. It's like how thick it is looks impressive, but there's like 3 paragraphs per page. Wow. Okay. Well, never mind. That'll be a quick read through. I also found a vintage copy of Alfred Hitchcock's A Hearse of a Different Color, which I thought was incredibly cool to find. So I'm excited to read this. This is 1970? I think that, nope, 1972. So this is a first edition 1972 from Dell Mystery. I don't read a lot of mystery, but I do like Alfred Hitchcock. I also picked up classic fiction. I love John Steinbeck so much. I think he just has such an eloquence of writing that I have not found comparable to another author. His prose is just so full and descriptive and wonderful, and I've not read Cannery Row, so I'm excited to read this one. And then the last book is a gift from my lovely friend Donna. Well, I think it's technically a gift from her and my best friend David. They gifted me a first edition copy of The Druids of Shannara, or The Druid of Shannara. So this is book 2. So I now have 3 copies of this book. Now I have a completed quartet of hardcovers. So I'm very, very happy. She got this off of my Amazon wish list down below. And Donna, thank you very much. Donna and David both, thank you very much for gifting this to me. So now I have completed hardcovers. Hopefully I will really love this series, so the hardcovers will stay with me. Well, they're gonna stay with me anyway. There's a bookmark in this one. A World of Books for Young and Old. Books since 1851. So someone marked this as new, which happens. People will find like hardcover books in really great shape at thrift stores, and then they'll just send them into Amazon and mark them as new and not really screen them. So yeah, that's what happened here. But it is, it's like new. It is like new. I don't think anybody read this. So Donna, thank you very much. That was a short and sweet compared to my last book haul. And I'm going to be hopefully having a lot of reviews for you coming up, because I just, by the time this video goes out, I will still be on vacation. And it's a nice vacation where I am unplugged from the internet, so I will have plenty of time to get some reading done. I hope you guys are enjoying your day doing whatever you're doing, and I'll see you in a week, next Monday, for another video. Bye! Bye. Most also, everyone told me I just need to read the goat. And then everything else is from the bins. Well, no, that's not true. I lied.